Most people will work hard their entire lives and still end up exactly where they never wanted to be, not because they're lazy, not because they're stupid, but because they never decided where they were going in the first place. Let me put it this way. Imagine getting into a taxi, sitting comfortably, and when the driver asks, "Where to?" you say, "I don't know, just drive." Sounds ridiculous, right? Yet that's exactly how most people live their lives. They wake up, they go to work, they follow routines, they chase money, but deep down, there's no clear direction. And here's the scary part. You can be busy every single day and still be going nowhere. Let me talk to you about success. Not the Instagram version, not the highlight reel, but the real, gritty, deeply personal journey of becoming who you were meant to be. I want to start with something simple, but incredibly powerful. The first rule of success is this: you must have a vision. Without a vision, you are like a ship in the middle of the ocean. No compass, no destination, just drifting. And let me tell you something, drifting may feel comfortable in the moment, but it guarantees one thing: you will end up nowhere meaningful. Now, I'm not here to entertain you, I'm here to challenge the way you think about success. And if you stay with me until the end of this video, I promise you, you will never look at your goals, your work, or your life the same way again. So stay with me, because what I'm about to share might just save you years of frustration and put you on a path most people never find. Hey, if you're into real down-to-earth money talks and mindset shifts that actually teach you something, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Point 1. A boy with a vision. I was born in Austria, in a small town near Graz, just after the war. It was a quiet place, peaceful, simple, predictable. But even as a young boy, I knew something didn't fit. Have you ever felt that? Like your environment is too small for your dreams? My parents had a vision for me, a safe life, a normal job, stability. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it wasn't my vision. I couldn't see myself working in a factory or living the same life everyone else expected. Deep down, I felt something burning, something bigger. Not arrogance, not ego, just a quiet conviction. I was meant for more. The moment everything changed, one day when I was about 11 years old, I saw a documentary about the United States. I saw massive skyscrapers, highways stretching for miles, cities buzzing with energy and possibility. And I thought, that's where I belong. Not because it was easy, but because it was big. And let me ask you something. Are your dreams big enough to scare you a little? Because if they don't, they're probably not big enough. The blueprint appears. Not long after that, I walked into a small shop and saw a magazine. On the cover was Reg Park, a 3-time Mr. Universe. Strong, confidence, larger than life. But here's what caught my attention. He wasn't just a bodybuilder. He was in movies. He played Hercules. He built a career, wealth and recognition. And suddenly, everything clicked. That magazine wasn't just paper. It was a blueprint. I said to myself, I want to become a bodybuilding champion. I want to get into movies. I want to build a life of success, freedom and impact. And just like that, my vision was born. Point 2, why vision changes everything. Here's the thing most people don't understand. When you have a clear goal, life becomes lighter, not easier, but clearer. People used to ask me, why do you train 5 hours a day, smiling? And I would tell them, because every rep, every set, every drop of sweat is one step closer to my dream. Think about that. If you're digging a hole randomly, it feels exhausting. But if you're digging for gold, suddenly it's exciting. At the age of 20, I moved to London and competed for Mr. Universe. And I won, not by accident, not by luck, but because I had a clear target. Clarity creates power. Type that in the comments section and I'll give you a heart. Clarity creates power. One beautiful reality is that this applies to everything. A student who wants to become a doctor studies differently. An athlete chasing a championship trains differently. An entrepreneur building a company thinks differently because they know where they're going. Now here's the silent trap most people fall into. But let me give you a harsh truth first. Most people don't hate work. They hate working without purpose. You see it everywhere. People wake up, go to jobs they don't care about, count the hours, and repeat the cycle. Why? Because they never chose a direction. They drifted into it. A job opening appeared. Someone told them it was safe. Society said this is what you should do. And just like that, years go by. So let me ask you, are you choosing your life or just accepting it? Even in politics, the same rule applies. When I entered politics, people thought I was crazy, but I had a clear vision to become the governor of California. Not something small, not something safe. People told me, start smaller, be realistic, you'll never make it. But I didn't adjust my vision to fit their comfort. I stayed committed, and eventually I became governor. Write out your take on this point in the comments section and on a piece of paper. On free, ignore the naysayers. Let me tell you something that will change your life if you truly understand it. Do not listen to the naysayers. Every single major step I took, someone said, that's impossible, that won't work, you can't do that. But here's how I trained my mind. When they said no, I heard try harder. When they said impossible, I heard prove it. Like Nelson Mandela said, everything seems impossible until it's done, turning weakness into strength. When I moved into acting, they laughed at me. They said, your body is too big, your accent is too strange, you'll never make it in Hollywood. And maybe at that time they were right. But instead of quitting, I went to work. I took acting classes, I studied English, I trained relentlessly, and slowly, things started to shift. My first movie, a disaster. But I didn't stop. Then came opportunities, Conan the Barbarian, the Terminator, and suddenly, the same things they criticized became my biggest advantages. My body, perfect for action roles. My accent, unique, memorable, powerful. What they called a weakness became my signature. If you're getting value from this message and you want me to continue, like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't get to miss out on any of our videos. I drop messages like this daily to build your mindset and finances. Thank you. Let's continue. Now, here is the deeper lesson. Listen carefully. Your biggest insecurity might be your greatest asset if you choose to develop it instead of hiding it. Think about that. What are you avoiding right now that could actually define your... Imagine two people. One is walking in circles, busy all day, exhausted, but going nowhere. The other is walking uphill, slowly, struggling, but heading toward a clear destination. Who wins? The one with direction. Direction beats speed every single time. Have a clear vision. If you don't know where you're going, you'll never get there. Make your goal personal. Not your parents', not society's, yours. Turn effort into excitement. When the goal is clear, the work becomes meaningful. Ignore the noise. Critics don't build dreams, doers do. Transform your weaknesses. What makes you different can make you unforgettable. Now let me leave you with something powerful. Tonight, before you sleep, ask yourself, what do I really want? Where am I actually going? Am I building my life or drifting through it? And don't give me a vague answer like, I just want to be successful. No, define it, see it, feel it. Because the moment your vision becomes clear, your life begins to change. Success is not a mystery. It's not luck. It's not reserved for a special few. It starts with a decision to stop drifting, to start seeing, and to commit fully to the life you were meant to live. So here's my challenge to you. Create a vision so clear, so bold, so exciting, that it pulls you out of bed in the morning. Because when that happens, you won't need motivation anymore. You'll have something far more powerful. Purpose. Years from now, there are only two versions of you that can exist. The one who kept drifting, who stayed comfortable, who listened to fear, to doubt, to other people's opinions, and woke up one day wondering, what if? and the other, the one who made a decision, the one who got clear, the one who said, "This is my life, and I'm going to build it on my terms." The difference between those two lives? It's not talent, it's not luck, it's vision and the courage to follow it. So tonight, don't just scroll, don't just think about it. Sit down, even if it's just for 10 minutes, and ask yourself, what do I truly want? What kind of life would actually excite me? And what's one step I can take starting tomorrow? Because clarity doesn't come from waiting, it comes from deciding. And remember this, you don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to stop drifting and start moving with direction. If this message spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs a wake-up call. Because sometimes one idea, one shift in thinking can change an entire life. And if you're serious about becoming the best version of yourself, make sure you stay connected, because this is just the beginning. If this video brought you value or stirred something in you, give it a like, subscribe and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Don't just watch and go away. Drop your thoughts in the comments section. I'd love to hear what stuck with you the most. Now go you, create a vision so powerful that your excuses don't stand a chance. And build a life that makes you proud to wake up every morning. I'll see you on the next one.